Welcome.
Welcome to Deep Dive and Explore Meditation. So let's see what kind of insight we can share and how this can maybe open you up some more.
Yeah. May I first grab the opportunity to give a little bit of background why we make this video? I think it's very interesting to tell. I would like to share that at least. We have of course, we have this beautiful legend here in creation, and we are doing we are learning, we are studying together with him.
Yeah,
Or
our baby.
with our baby, yes. So we this is the first week of our study plan, and it's about meditation. So we did a deep dive, and yeah, we shared, we learned, we did different things. We will share this in this video, and yeah, so enjoy.
So what is like, since you started with that, maybe I will ask you a question.
Yeah.
You can answer that a little bit. What
Mm.
is the
Oh, thank you. Oh, you're always so beautiful.
what is the intention of studying together with the child? You want to share that?
Yes, yes,
Or is that not for this one?
yes. No, of course. No, we can do in another video of that. Let's
Yeah.
keep this one on meditation.
Yes.
So, what is your take on meditation, babe?
Mm.
Or want me to go first?
My take on meditation is that it's like a wonderful opportunity to dive inside of the body. It's something that I try to have as a daily practice, or not try to have. It's one of my main goals to have this as a daily practice. And meditation can be done in so many different forms. Both the classic meditation where you just sit still and you sit on the cushion and you just observe the body and the mind, and then there is also lovemaking and the daily meditation to just be present in life.
Yeah, I think that's so interesting that you say that. If I may also grab the opportunity and to give my take. Yeah, for me, meditation is life itself. It's like everything I do is like I see it as a meditation. And to be honest with you, I'm not enlightened yet, so this is not always true, because sometimes I'm also struggling. But like, for example, doing the dishes or cleaning the kitchen, like that's normally I can resist that work sometimes. But now I'm practicing, like being deliberate, like giving attention and giving my best in cleaning the kitchen and just doing this with attention, with with beauty, with yeah, with love, and that's meditation. If you really if you're really able to live life as a meditation, then you're just doing everything with lots of presence, with love, with care, and you don't need to meditate, but just live life. And I also would like to ask you about our process this week, because I think it was very interesting. We got to practice a lot with meditation,
Wow,
actually.
yes, I feel that, in a general aspect, I am very calm, I would say, and very well balanced emotionally. And we've been watching, all these teachers and, the talking about, and I'm a yoga teacher and all this, like everybody says, yeah, when you practice yoga, you practice meditation, it's like a time to, you practice for real life. So the real test is when you go out and you meet things that triggers you, and then you see how you can keep this stillness, this silence, this, like you say, when you clean, this like presence. So this week we've been organizing papers for our wedding, legal wedding, and documentations, and we've just been receiving information and then coming to places and the information is not really adding up. So I've been triggered, like yeah, like a lot, I would say. And then remembering, like, wow, we're really getting to practice meditation here. Okay, I hope I get to try again tomorrow, and then I get to try again tomorrow, and then it just comes a lot.
Yeah, and this is so interesting because we've been in this process, and then we like, yes, this triggers came up, and then we also got to talk about it to see, okay, this is meditation. Here's an opportunity to practice. And also what came up for me is like, yeah, but like also we are emotional beings, we are humans, we get triggered. And in that moment, is it then even possible to go into meditation and to keep your center and let the whole world spin around you while you stay centered? Like, and also you're pregnant, obviously, like when you're pregnant there's a lot more the emotions are a lot stronger, and that's on a positive way, but also triggers are sometimes stronger. So like maybe this is a question I have, like I don't know, this is like this is something which can be inquired on in life. Is it possible really to live life like a meditation and always be centered, and not get triggered so much anymore, or shall we always have these experiences? And I don't know. So that's an interesting question. Maybe also for you to comment on, if you see this video, how does this work for you in your life? Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, in one way I would say, like, meditation really, if you move in presence and you act from presence, it's like then you are doing things intentionally and doing things with full focus, so you don't need to go back and regret things in a way. Or like to go over and wish things were differently. You act, and this is the act, and it's been done, and then you move forward. It's kind of like a clean chapter, a clean way of life. And I think if you live in this, like you say, like live in this full presence, then I also find that I can remember almost everything. The clarity is there. But yeah, and then it comes up moments when you have acted, or you wanted to act from one way, but you maybe wanted to be kind to somebody, and then you want it yourself, and then it's like still a conflict in there, like the mind that wants to have done things differently or regret things, or
Yeah, and I think it's also like a lifelong practice. Like I'm 42 now, and I think the younger you are, the more you might have stuff which you can process. So I think it's also, I think like meditation is a practice what you can do. Like you can actually quiet your mind. That's what they like teach you about meditation, is quiet your mind. Well, like if you're really honest, like how can you quiet your mind? Because like thoughts pop up anyways, like, so in which sense do you have control about that? But obviously you can control like how much you want to indulge in certain thoughts. So you can, like, I think the practice is like you can sit in stillness and you can let things happen and let thoughts come up, and then don't pay attention to them, and then and if you do this long enough, you practice meditation. Yes, please comment.
Yeah, so I think that's that kind of really comes back to the answer of this. Like, there are still things in my mind where I'm like, oh, this was that done, like going back and forth a little bit. But like you say there, to let it not take up too much noise, because what is done, and just okay, but this is still coming up. Just let it come up and let it fly away, and don't indulge in the thoughts.
Yes, and I also now want to also acknowledge that there's more forms of meditation, more practices you can do. What you already said, like love making, it's also a beautiful way to be in meditation. For example, when I massage you, I can really go into this meditative state of like, being in this presence, becoming one with breath, and yeah, and giving you a massage, for example, or making love, or cleaning, or and maybe also, running or walking, or there's more forms. You don't need to sit still, I think, to practice meditation. There can be more forms. So I'm also curious, what kind of meditation do you practice, and yeah, how does it work? So maybe you can also share that a little bit.
Yeah, and there is guided meditations.
Yeah.
And there is also meditations that really, guide so that the mind gets occupied
Yeah.
and just kind of takes you on a journey. And there is also a lot of meditations which is almost like stories or fantasy worlds that you step into in a way. But then I love those meditations. They really appeal to me. They, like give me almost like a little high or a journey, and you go and you get like, wow, you found your secret treasure, or you found the tool and all this. But I also really believe, and I want to just say that, like, put in a diamond for the stillness meditation, to just
Yes.
sit in stillness.
Yeah.
And to just be an observer of your own body, of your own breath, of your own mind.
Yes.
Because I think, and I would love to do that today, like when we say that, because we've been doing a lot of guided and like also speech, like listening to teachers.
Yeah.
But I think that is, even though, you might think, oh, I want to just sit there and I'm not doing it right because I don't get to nirvana or heaven or whatever, but I think that's an amazing way to get to know yourself. When you sit in stillness, because you really also, it's like, yeah, maybe the goal is to quiet your mind, but maybe also that process of sitting in stillness allows you to meet what is inside of yourself. And you can get to know yourself and see what is actually living inside of myself when I take a moment to.
Exactly, and I want to come back to my point of like, life itself is a meditation. It's I think it's all about awareness, about like, just living your life, and have the awareness, like, what's happening inside me, what's coming up. Am I like constantly in my head thinking negatively, or it's meditation is also awareness. And yeah, I think that's the truth for me.
Yeah, it's a great way to get to know yourself and to see what is happening. What is the, maybe it's not the same thought, but maybe it's the thoughts in like the same patterns. What is the patterns inside my mind that I keep on coming back to, and we are creating from our thoughts.
Yes, and as you know, or maybe not know, but like 85% of our thoughts are negative and repeating. So, like, we have to deal with a mind which is like conditioned to look for danger, to think negatively. And so, it's also very normal, because a lot of people want to do this and want to quiet their minds, but it's very normal, very natural and human to have negative thoughts, and to, so and that's why I think it's also a lifelong practice to, become older, wiser, and also, maybe also sit lots of hours in meditation.
Yeah, I'm excited to keep on sitting, and it's been beautiful. It's been a beautiful journey to do this with you, my husband.
Thank you.
We've been doing lots of meditation together, but this week we're really studying together. It's like we've really explored, what does meditation mean to me, what does it mean to you, how do we want to like teach this to our child, which kind of teachers do we want to listen to again to teach this to our child. And it just feels like we're stepping on to even more like a common ground as a family.
Yes,
and
beautiful.
Including each other.
Yes,
Yeah.
and just a very short to end also, because I feel you want to end this, and I think that's good. But what I really enjoyed is listening to Osho, to our master Osho. We also watched again a video of your old master Johan Eckleberg,
Yeah, which you can watch. We have a beautiful interview with him on this channel.
Yes, and also we did the seven chakras meditation, which I enjoyed a lot. I also taught back of my teacher Alex Vartman. He was also a great master in meditation, I think. So yeah, and it was a beautiful journey. So thank you so much, and also thank you, little beautiful, little but also big man, or big girl, whatever you are. I know you're gonna see this very soon. Thank you so much for your teachings and your presence and everything what you bring to us. Yeah. Mm. And thank you for listening and watching. Sending you all the love. And,
Yes. Please interact with us.
yes, let us know in the comments
Yeah,
how you're
just
feeling.
yeah, like what does meditation mean to you? We'd really love to hear from you. Like we'd love if you'd comment.
Yes.
Oh, it was 555.